turn of events, the lawyers for Kelsea Taferenyika, who happens to be the second wife of Collins Mnangagwa, have opted to write to the First Lady of Zimbabwe, that is none other than Auxillia Mnangagwa, and they are apologizing for escalation in terms of the matter between their client as well as the First Lady, claiming that it is people who are taking the matter out of proportion. They did not intend to do so. Where have you ever seen it in this day and age whereby lawyers write to the First Lady, write to actually the culprit? It's quite interesting what we are actually watching unfolding in Zimbabwe. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You see, these people, they started to fight publicly, and the people of Zimbabwe were hearing it from the court, because when you go to court, your matter becomes public, and they were responding to the details emerging from the judiciary system of Zimbabwe. So according to the latest news on my table is that lawyers for 22-year-old Kelsea Mnangagwa, who is the second wife of Collins Mnangagwa, a twin son of President Emmerson Mnangagwa, have written to First Lady Auxillia Mnangagwa denying any role in a scandal engulfing the First family. So lawyers may have also been threatened or revisited by the state security agents to intimidate. Remember, this is the most powerful lady currently in Zimbabwe, and she has everything at her disposal to threaten anyone, to claim the life of anyone, to do as she pleases to anyone. And this reveals how the Mnangagwas are actually undermining the judiciary, the justice system of Zimbabwe. They are on top of everything. So it has never been our intention to scandalize you or the First family. The lawyers admire Robaya and Everson Chadambuza wrote. The letter follows reports that the First Lady has become physical with Kelsea's mother, Amina Jezub Arab, demanding she lift an alleged spell cast on Collins and return assets said to be worth over 10 million, allegedly stolen from her son. Kelsea's lawyers say the allegations were manufactured by other opportunist detractors and adversaries of the First family to cause disharmony, insisting our client is not party to that scandalous enterprise, and neither are we. Kelsea, who faces drug possession and money laundering charges, remain in custody in Harare, seeking bail. She was arrested on August 4. Her mother, sister, and aunt are being held without bail at Mlondolozi prison near Bulawayo on separate drug charges. Social media commentators have suggested the First Lady is exerting pressure on the legal process, a suggestion said to have angered her. Kelsea is now appealing for an amicable solution to the current dispute. Her lawyers say she is fully committed to taking whatever steps are necessary to achieve an amicable solution, and has reflected deeply on the events that have unfolded. She is very sorry that this issue has escalated to such great heights. The lawyers said, and profusely apologizing for what has befallen the name of the First family. An apparent reference to her defense that it was Collins who bought her the disputed properties, a claim that would raise questions about his own source of wealth. Police allege Kelsey bought the properties through a drug dealing enterprise. Our client holds the institution of the first family in the highest regard and is deeply pained that her name has become entangled in a narrative she never sought to create. The lawyers said, expressing hope that direct and respectful dialogue could bring closure. The First Lady, whom have been in Chimoio, Mozambique, returned home at lunchtime on Wednesday. So it's quite interesting. In fact, let me go through the details because I was extracting the story from somewhere. Let me just go through the details of this funny letter. I must attest to you that this is by far very, very funny what is happening in Zimbabwe. These people, we never knew they were fighting. Us, we didn't even, as actually bloggers and also as Zimbabweans commenting on this matter, we commented based on the facts that are on the public domain. It appears the first family has threatened the lawyers. They have threatened because a lot has come out, a lot has exposed the regime of Emerson Mnangagwa. So the lawyers are trying to beg the First Lady, and also, unfortunately, in their attempt to do so, they are also making the matters to be worse because this, in my view, to be worse in Zimbabwe, because this will never actually stop people to talk. People will talk and raise issues over this also developing story. So I'm trying to go to the letter of the lawyers. It has been giving me problems. I hope it will open very soon. The lawyers of the second wife of Emerson Mnangagwa, Kelsea Tafirenyika, writing to the First Lady, Auxillia Mnangagwa. It says, Her Excellency, am I Auxillia? Is she Her Excellency? Should she be addressed? Am I Auxilia Mnangagwa, First Lady of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe House, 8 Chancellor Avenue, Harare, yours, Your Excellency. Reference, apology and clarification. Kelsea Tafirenyika says, 1. Am I, this letter serves to convey our client's sincere apologies and, of course, our clarifications to His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, the First Lady, and the entire First family, we trust this letter finds you in good health. We write to you in our professional capacity as legal practitioners of Miss Kelsey Tadiwa Tafirenyika, our client, and equally on our own behalf as her legal representatives. You can tell these lawyers have been threatened, and definitely they opted to act in such a manner because they see, they know, they understand the reality that the family of Emerson Mnangagwa has captured the courts of Zimbabwe. They are not independent. As long as they fight with the First Lady, who has planted drugs, who has done a lot of things to try to pull down her daughter-in-law. They have seen that, in fact, the institutions, it will be long before she is even released. That's why you saw her being really given, granted a bail, and also rearrested. It is the fingerprints of the First family instructions, particularly the wife of Emerson Mnangagwa. 2, we address you in the wake of what appears to be a regrettable escalation of events surrounding the ongoing litigation involving our client. It has become apparent To us, that opportunist and detractors of the esteemed first family have seized upon the proceedings to manufacture destructive narratives and scandalize the first family for no apparent reason. The lawyers are now linking straight thumb. Three, we wish to convey without reservations our clients' profound regret that the public discourse has taken a turn that could be perceived as disrespectful to yourself and the first family. It was never her intention, nor could it ever be, to denigrate or show any measure of disrespect towards yourself. His Excellency the President or any member of the first family, our client holds the institution of the first family in the highest regard, and she is deeply pained that her name has become entangled in a narrative that she never sought to create. For much as our client vehemently denies the allegations leveled against her, she wishes to place on record that she has at no stage dragged your name. Am I into this debate? The association, such as it is, has been manufactured by others, opportunists, detractors, and adversaries of the first family who appear determined to exploit my any proximity, however tenuous, to cause disharmony. Our client is not a party to that scandalous enterprise, and neither are we. She profoundly apologizes for what has befallen the name of the first family. Consequently, to the stance she has taken to defend herself against the criminal charges she is currently facing. If anything, her sincere hope is for an amicable solution to the current dispute, one that puts an end to the unwarranted speculation that has unfortunately attended these proceedings. Our client wishes to convey that she remains open to engage with you on any matters that may have caused concern. She is fully committed to taking whatever steps are necessary to achieve an amicable solution. She has reflected deeply on the events that have unfolded and acknowledges that the surrounding public discourse has been deeply regrettable. She has learned from this experience and sincerely hopes that a direct and respectful dialogue may bring about the closure she earnestly seeks. She is very sorry that this issue has escalated to such great heights. So they are now blaming the people, innocent me and you, who actually, you see, we are reading the letter at the moment. And it goes on to say, for our part, as legal practitioners, if you want to experience hell, come to Zimbabwe. Hell for what? For our past, for our part as legal practitioners, we've done no more and no less than execute our clients' instructions to the best of our abilities, as is our duty and our professional oath. We have acted with diligence and integrity, mindful always of the attendant implications of our work. We simply put our client's defense to the investigating officer, the same defense that she proffered during the recording of the warrant and the caution statement before the state decided to arraign her on charges of money laundering. Seven, we respect the person of the First Lady deeply, and we wish to assure you that it has never been our intention, neither now nor at any time, to scandalize you or the first family. We are officers of the court and we conduct ourselves as such. We are creatures of instructions who are obliged at law to execute our client's instructions. Nothing more, nothing less. We hope and pray that this letter has clarified our client's position and our own. We remain, as always, at your service and disposition. Am I? You know. Well, this is absurdity to say the least. This is absurdity. So this was written by Admire Rubaya, as well as also Everson Chatambuza. So these are from Rubaya and Chatambuza, attorneys. Just imagine now, the first lady plant evidence in your own house. She gets you arrested. You are the wife of her son, and then you fight through the courts. You get the bail, and right when you think I'm going to test freedom, and then boom, you are rearrested again, and already the matters are playing out on the public discourse. And your mother, whilst attending the court cases, she is kidnapped by the military, actually tortured, and the pictures of your mother are shared across social media. People are sympathetic about this gross abuse of power by the regime of Emmerson Mnangagwa, and it becomes public discourse. They expose how evil the regime is and the conditions that you are subjected to. And then, boom, we hear the lawyers, the very same person who is doing all this evil. They are apologizing to that person, saying, no, the matters have escalated. We are very sorry. We are not involved. Why are they acting in such a manner, the lawyers? It's quite simple. This is Zimbabwe for you. They have been threatened by the members of the Central Intelligence Organization. They have been revisited and even asked questions on who is fitting so and so, who is dealing with this matter. Information. That is Zimbabwe for you. And the lawyers facing the threat most probably have conveyed the information to their client and say, my friend, this case is political. We are dealing with the so-called first lady as if it's an office in Zimbabwe. It's not an office. I mean, the presidency is not sexually transmitted. The wife of VP Chiwenga said so. That don't actually think that the vice presidency in Zimbabwe is sexually transmitted. But I don't think Auxillia Mnangagwa understand this. To her, the presidency is sexually transmitted by virtue of his husband Mnangagwa being the president and her being the wife. Already she sees her as the president. The first lady thinks it's exactly as president. You can tell from her actions the way actually she is. All I'm saying is that as citizens we're constantly under fire. Okay, so you know. It's a simple classic case of lawyers being intimidated and seeing that this case is above our wisdom. You have been legally disadvantaged, of course. You have got a strong case. We can win for you, but because we are dealing with this kind of people, I think let's also try this avenue of writing a letter to try and de-escalate things. Because according to how things are playing out on the public gallery, as well as also according to how the first lady has responded and see the cases are piling and your family is under attack by this very same lady. It shows one simple thing, that this lady will not let go until maybe let's try to apologize, because also these guys are coming after us. I'm just in the feet of the lawyers. Lawyers are judiciary officers. By the way, they are supposed to be respected. They are supposed to represent their client without facing any intimidation. And I'm sure they have been intimidated. They have been also threatened that, remember, you are up against the first family and you want to tear apart the name of the first family, will deal with you. You see, those idiots from who introduce themselves, we are from the president's office. I know those idiots. You see, when they come to you, especially if you are weak, uh, I mean, and you are not into politics, you are just a mere lawyer, hustling, trying to survive, and you just got this client that pays awesomely. By the way, there is everything that have, especially on this channel, that we have discussed, just like this late. We are just analyzing to show you what might have propelled this later to play in the public discourse. Oh, so Auxilia was also in Chimoyo. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. I've reported about this Chimoyo. There is a lot that is happening there, and Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa have been told his issues. We will wait. I know it's only that when Auxilia goes there, they make sure there is maximum protection of information, but definitely it will come out. It will come out. Everything seems to be crumbling on Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. This issue playing out, it shows that things are not going well with this particular family. So lawyers intimidated and advising their client, please apologize to that lady, because this is not just a legal matter, it is political. I've dealt with lawyers, I had friends who are lawyers. I know these people, what they put above everything is their career, so that they are not followed, and then at the end of the day deregistered for representing a client. It's possible in Zimbabwe, especially if you are a good lawyer and you hit hard, because at the moment, everything, the information surrounding this marriage and this scandal, I mean, it's massive. If Zimbabwe was a democratic state, Mnangagwa should be answering very tough questions in parliament. But we are led by a demagogue, and that is why we have to bring these issues to these platforms. Already, internet is abuzz with this particular matter. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Why are you not becoming a member of this thriving channel? Okanqubo Mhlabane is signing out. Let me love, and let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast. Also, I'm encouraging you to subscribe to our sister channel. It's called Mahlabe Zulu TV. Already, I'm posting explosives there. Some of the issues that I post there, I don't post here. So you must make sure that you run in numbers. Go subscribe also to that channel. As I'm speaking, there's a video that I did in the morning. I didn't put it here, so it's there. Okanqubo Mhlabane is